Welcome to our start with Cveta, Pavle, Anton and Zlata. So where we are is we're entering the morning of day 3, and let's get to it. Day 3, Pavle back from Sniper Junction. So at least we have enough to trade with Franco now, because we're expecting to see him on day 3. He usually comes on day 3, as mentioned, not guaranteed. But first thing we need to do is who's tired. Now Zlata's slightly sick. We weren't able to give her meds yesterday. Let's do that now. Means that we lose 1 for trade, but I think it's advisable to put people on meds if we can, because it stops them getting worse. And if it gets worse, it can be a big hole to dig yourself out of. And also when people get sick and injured, it starts to impact morale as well. So you can start to get people sad. Now she is content anyway, but it's going to take them 5 hours to lose their tired status. So sometime between, 12 and 1, they'll be up. And then we can put Cveta to sleep. And all we can do now is wait for Franco. 11 o'clock is the cutoff for visitors. So if he's not here by then we know that nobody's coming. But we'll wait for him and I'll come back if he arrives. Well, that wasn't long, 8:50 and he's here. So let's see what he's got. Don't want Cveta, I want her. Doesn't make any difference, but she's closer. So what we want to make sure we buy is all of his components and all of his wood. Now that's a good stack of components there. Now we don't have any balancing items. What I mean by that is cheaper stuff that we can add to balance this out, like cigarettes or sugar. So we're just going to have to dial back here till we get the message that finally we have a deal. Right. So more components. We also want the parts because we are going to be burning through these. We brought 8 back from Sniper Junction, but we're going to need more. And we want gun parts. And we want that carrot, because then if we look here, we've got 2 pieces of meat and 1 carrot. Now this will balance it up such that we have 2 and we can make 4 meals. And that's going to feed the house. So that's important. This would be nice to have as well. All this is going to be really expensive, so it's going to be more than 1 med. I want to try harder, so let's dial back. Fine, we have a deal. All right. So that's 3 cans. Now we still do, as far as feeding is concerned, we're going to be feeding everybody on the second day of Very Hungry, which is day 5, because the way it goes is they start with no status, then day 2 it's hungry, day 3 it's hungry, day 4 it's the first day of Very Hungry, day 5 it's the second day of Very Hungry, day 6 it's starving. We don't want anybody to get starving because then it starts to impact morale. So that means we feed everybody on the second day of Very Hungry. And that's days 5, 8, 11 to start with. Now, if we keep that schedule up till the end of the game, it will start to hit morale. So what we would want to do is by about day 11, look to get everybody on an increased feeding schedule and keep them away from Very Hungry. But at the beginning of the game, we don't have much choice. We just have to get by for the first 10 days. So we're going to feed people on days 5 and 8. So once we have a cooker in, that's 1 meal for everybody. We just need 1 more can. And then we're good until day 11. So it's a nice start from the food perspective. But what else has he got? Now, it would be nice to grab these and make some cigarettes, but unfortunately we can't afford it, because what we continue to need is all of these and all of the wood. Dial back again. So I think we can afford to give up 1 more, but then we're left with no meds. Oh, one thing we forgot is we have these 5 diamonds. So let's see what we can get for them. Because we're not going to get the port exit, so there's no other thing that we can do with these diamonds. Now, these are expensive. Sorry, these are valuable as well because it costs components, 3 components to make each filter. And we're going to have to be making a ton of these during the game, so that's as good as 9 components right there. Now what else? These are also really useful because We can make meds with these later in the game, and they're really expensive to make. So if we accumulate them now, that's not a bad thing. So if we give up that one and take 4 of these are expensive. If I give up that wood, it won't do try harder. So if we dial back from there, we can give up 1 more med as well. Fine, we have a deal. So if we go there and we give up 1 more med, should be able to get that, yep. And that's pretty much everything. Quality roll-ups, that's the expensive ones, so we don't want those. Now, I don't know if we have coffee drinkers. Oh, we can get 1. Nope, we can't get 2. So I think that's as far as we want to go. We will be finding more meds elsewhere, so this is not an issue. And that puts us 51 of these. Yep, a deal there. Okay. Now we did put Cveta to bed and just check everybody that nobody is tired. Cveta is tired, but she's in bed. And we can end the day there because there are no more visitors and we don't need to do anything. There is no temperature management. So let's go there. So now it's a question of what we want to do. We do have 2 new locations, Ruined Villa and also the small apartment building. So this is that's a sneak version, and this is a sneak version. This is a pretty rich site. But we also have the ruined block of flats, and we can get a bunch of stuff there, including food. So let's go there, and let's do it with 1 saw blade. So she's sick, let's leave her in bed. We'll have the other 2 guarding. That's kind of overkill at this stage. We don't need 2 guards, but given that we've got 2 beds, we can do it, so why not? And scavenge, so ruined block of flat preparation. So we want 1 saw blade. Now there are actually 2 saw blade requirements there, but we only do we want to do both? I'm just thinking because this saw blade we could either use in Sniper Junction or the ruined block of flats. Let's only take 1 just because we're going to have full pockets anyway, and go there. So let's pick this one up straight away. I think we get quite a bit of food from this location as well, which will contribute to our feeding schedule. So I think at the bottom of the stairs here is as good a place as any to consolidate things. So as far as running around and picking stuff up, there's going to be a bunch of stuff back here, so I'll pick all this up in due course, along with this. Now these are the saw blade requirements here and here. Now sometimes you can get a weapon or something good here, but we've only brought 1 saw blade, and we want the meds, which are back here. So I'm just going to use the saw blade here. And then I'll just run around picking up these 3 piles, this one, and these down here, and just consolidate everything into here. Back once that's done. Just getting back now with our final drop-off. Now everything is consolidated into this one place now, so we just need to decide here what we want to take with us. Now we did find 4 meds, so I think we're going to take those. Now food. That's a full stack of meat. I think we're going to take that. And there's also carrots. So that means we can make 2 more meals. So that as we have 3 cans, we can now make enough food for days 5 and 8. So we're going to do that. Now we may have a need for a full stack of these, because once we upgrade the workstation, then we're going to be out of these. We do need 4 for the reinforced door. You know that one. I know that for sure. Now I think we do have a lot of components, and we have a lot of parts. Gun parts, these may be useful because eventually we're going to want to make a hatchet. Right now, and a hatchet costs 5 gun parts. We don't have 5 right now, so this will come in useful. Not a full stack, but I don't think we find any more in this location. And I think wood, because that was potentially what we were weaker on. This looks good for trade later. But let's go there. Okay, let's go. Morning of day 4. So we have a bunch of med from the ruined block of flats. Night was calm. Okay. So let's get Pavle to sleep. And who else is tired? She's not. How about Cveta? Yeah, we'll get her to sleep. Anton. So they're all very hungry, but they all eat tomorrow. Because they're on their first day of very hungry right now. Tomorrow will be the second day. And we've got a choice there. We can either make a cooker or go hunting for another can tonight, such that we have 4 cans. That way we can use the resources for something else. Now, one thing we do need to make is a herbal workshop, because we bought some tobacco leaves, and with this we'll be able to make some cigarettes, such that when Franco comes, which is going to be day 6, we're expecting to see him day 6, 3, 6, 9 would be normal, then we'll have cigarettes to trade. So let's just have a quick look, see if there's anything else. I'll put Anton to bed as soon as one of these guys wake up. So one thing we need to do eventually is upgrade this, and we do have all the goods, so I think we just do this. So now with the herbal workshop in place, we can make... We only have 7 components left, so we can only convert 7 of these leaves. So it means that we need to come back tonight with ideally 1 can at least, and 7. And a bunch of components. Now, one place I know that we can get cans is the ruined villa. And that's a sneak version, and for that we're going to need 1 lockpick, which we've got. So I think that's what we'll do tonight, go to the ruined villa. Now, meantime, once this is in, let's look at what else we can do, which is nothing. Reinforced door, don't see any immediate need for that because we've got 3 windows boarded up and we can put 2 guards on as well. Because with 2 beds, we can do that every night without any difficulties catching up on sleep. So this can wait. And then food production can also wait for the time being because we have food until day 11, so we've got plenty of time to get our food production in. So all we can do is, I'll wait till 11. Oh yes, we have somebody. Now, she is rested. Because he might want somebody to leave the house. You're the first person who opened the door, thank you so much. Quickly, my brother was shot. Yes. So that puts contents into the house as well, which we like. So that's our 1 visitor for the day. So all I'll do now is keep Anton on the cigarettes. As soon as one of these wakes up, then I'll switch Anton and that person over. And then I'll see you tonight. So here we are at night 4. So it's going to be the ruined villa because I know that we can get some cans from here. We can't get any food at the decrepit squat. We can get cans here. That's another sneak one, but I think this one's the richer site. So we're going to go there. I guess we could also go to the garage, and there is the potential to buy a can there, but I think the ruined villa is a better bet. So let's go scavenge, guard, and guard. It means everybody's tired tomorrow, but with 2 beds, that's not a problem, because we just sleep everybody in shifts and go. So what we're going to need is 1 lockpick. Now, to begin with, we've got this woman up here. Now, we have to wait till she moves. So we just come in here and wait to see what she does. Now she's going to come down in a second and she'll do one of 3 things. She'll either mess around here for a little bit, or she'll go up here, or she'll go straight. We just have to wait to see what she does. There's a door down here, but we need to unblock it, and we can only unblock it from this direction, not from this direction. So she's gone straight. Now we need to make sure that we close the door there, because if she sees the door open, then she knows that somebody's in the house. And then she runs upstairs to get this guy, who will then chase us around, and we get into a fight. Now he's going to come down later and he paths into the medicine cabinet over there. And then she's going to come out of here. And then it's just all a question of timing. Normally he comes out later such that you have time to get in, get the medicines. And if she goes out, then we're good. So we just hope he doesn't move just yet. Yeah, we're good. Now she's out the way as well. So we've got plenty of time to get down here and into safe location. Now there's three things here that we want. We could do without the roll-up cigarette. So we take that, that, and that. And then we can drop down. We can run here. Close the door. She's going to come back in a second. But we're good for the first load. Now she doesn't come into this room here unless she hears us, so we'll make sure that that doesn't happen. But here's your lockpick requirement. So now she's off to the fridge again. Because there are two piles that we want. There's the med cabinet, which we've done up there, but there's also here in the fridge, and that's where all the food is. So what we're going to do is just dump everything in here for now. And then we can unblock this door. Nobody can hear us because he's up there, she's here. It doesn't make that much noise anyway. So now we've got an easy way in and out for future trips. Now the only question is, can we get to the fridge? It's midnight, so we need her to go back out. So this is okay because she doesn't come into our room, unless she hears us, of course. And all we can do now is just wait and see. If it gets too late while she's here, I guess we can just keep on consolidating stuff into here. Now, if we don't get to the fridge, it's going to commit us to making a cooker tomorrow, which is okay. We can do that too. But there's all our components. We remember that we needed components. But it would be nice to get to the fridge before the end of the night. So there's the guy, as mentioned, he paths this way up and down. And she's still in the way. Because the piles that we want are firstly in the fridge, but there are also two big piles of components and wood here. And that's perfect. Because we've got enough time while she's doing whatever she's doing over here that we can get in here, pick up what's in the fridge, and then get out again. In fact, she went upstairs. And that was the can that we wanted. So now we can actually run because... let's see if we can get these two piles as well, because she's not in a position to hear us right now. Okay, go. This is the one door that we can leave open without her alerting her brother that there is somebody in the house. I assume it's her brother, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going to walk just in case she's coming down again. No, I didn't see it. So 220, we're doing pretty good here. We've almost got everything we want. And once everything's consolidated... Oh, here she is. So we couldn't... Okay, well, let's just go close the door. But is she going upstairs? Nope. Let's close the door. So now it's just a case of getting this into here, I think. And then deciding what we go home with. So let's do that. We can pick up that other wood that's left there some other time. But while we're here, there is one other pile out here. So now she's out again. But it's 3:30, so I think it's time to get home. Now she's going back up again. So what we want is, remember we came here for the cans. We'll take that because it's a full stack. We're not going to get any more meds, so we may as well take these. But that's our food for day 5, and we were also short on components. Full stack of water, I think that's a good idea. And we'll take these. And then we'll see where that gets us. So meantime, there is a pile here. Now there is a possibility that there's another can in there. So we need to check that before we leave. There's another can, it gives us a stack of 3 versus a stack of 2. No, there isn't. Alright, let's get home there. I'm going to end the episode there because we're running quite long again, and I'll be back for part 3 where we will cover days 5 and 6 and possibly 7 time allowing. So thanks for watching, hope to see you then, bye.